Hi guys, and welcome to this daily tarot reading. This is for Friday the 29th of April 2022. I want to use the kind of classic tarot decks at the moment, so I'm going to use the Universal Tarot. I'll show you some of the cards here. They're very true to the original Rider-Waite tarot deck. They've made some minor adjustments here, but it's pretty much the same deck. So I'm just going to shuffle these a couple of times here, and then I'm going to choose 3 cards to see what the tarot has to say about Friday the 29th. So the first card is the 3 of Cups in reverse. Party's kind of over. The 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Oh, and then the 5 of Swords in reverse. Okay, so have I held the cards upside down or not? No. Okay, so when I've got 3 reversals, I read them both ways round. And that's actually good because the party may not be over. Okay. So I'm going to look at them this way around first, and then I'll turn them again. So the 5 of Swords is major conflict with other people, like running into a bully or having to deal with a situation where you feel you're being treated unfairly or unjustly. And it's a big headache. It causes real problems. The 5 of Pentacles is about tough times and rejection. So, I mean, it could be that you have a falling out with your boss and he says, well, actually, you're no longer required here, and then you feel like you're out in the cold. So there's the potential to have a negative experience when it comes to your interactions with others, especially in a formal setting, or when it comes to something going on in your work. The good news is that the 3 of Cups, 3 first of all in numerology is communication and new beginnings, and these 3 women are celebrating. So experiencing a loss as such that's unpleasant in the moment may actually turn out to be a good thing because the conflict has arisen because of something that's outside of your control. So it may be a situation where you're just putting up with a lot of grief for no reason and you've got very little to do with it, or very little to do with causing it particularly. So facing the initial discomfort is a good thing and important if you want to get back to this happy place and where you can connect with other people who are very different to you, but in a way that's not judgmental. So that's the first message I'm getting here, is that there's the potential to end something that is unhealthy or toxic or that you've tolerated and you know you shouldn't have tolerated it. But, you know, those kind of things, you know, if you have to have a difficult conversation with your best friend or something, it's so understandable to kind of procrastinate a little bit on that and to kind of push it out a bit, because you know what's coming, you don't want to face it. So the cards are saying that if you face the unpleasantness, you can have resolution one way or another, and it may not initially be the most fabulous outcome you were hoping for, but at least it opens the space for you to have a good time and to operate in a different way, work-wise or relationship-wise, or any area of your life that you care about and that figures into your hopes and dreams. That's like a renewal. Okay, so if we've got the cards in reverse, then the 3 of Cups in reverse is saying that there is no new beginning and relationships are difficult. And it's easier with the card being in reverse to see the differences between you and other people rather than the similarities. And that then obviously opens you up for conflict. If you're looking for something to criticize, you'll find something. So I feel that is a warning via the cards as well, to say, don't judge a book by its cover, or don't be too quick to judge. By avoiding that, we still have the 3 here, and 3 is about communication and new beginnings. So it's not just handed to you on a silver platter that you can have a good time with other people. You may have to do some mental gymnastics and say, okay, usually I would judge this person because of whatever reason, because this is something I don't like. Instead, I'm going to be open-minded and I'm going to get to know this person a little bit and actually see what they're all about, instead of just jumping to conclusions. That then is going to help you to avoid a difficult situation when it comes to your work, or the kind of situation I mentioned with the boss, for instance, because you're more focused on, yeah, you're deliberately trying to get on with people. So it's that kind of thinking going into any situation is going to minimize any potential for conflict or the other party to catastrophize or to escalate the situation. So what you put into any kind of interaction with people or work-related things on this day, that plays a significant role in the outcome. So yeah, by refusing to judge before you really know and understand is going to diffuse a situation very nicely and save you a lot of grief. And then finally, the Five of Swords in reverse, by deliberately saying, okay, I'm going to operate differently today, you actually can get to know someone who you wouldn't have got to know under normal circumstances. And this added pressure that you're under is actually a good thing because it's forcing you to see more clearly. And you can make a lifelong friend with someone who isn't like a foe or an enemy. In fact, you can see someone who appears to be very different, but who you actually have a lot in common with. And it's like an unlikely friendship that can occur. So that's really interesting. Okay, so when we're looking at it this way, it's kind of instructions on what not to do. And then when it was this way around, we had the conflict leading to difficulty, but it having a purpose behind it because it opened. Okay, so the cards are really saying, you know, whether you avoid conflict and you make a new friend, or you say, you know what, enough is enough. This has been toxic for 100 years and I'm no longer tolerating it. Only you know which way is better. I think the main thing that's going to help you differentiate is, am I making a judgment here? And am I being closed-minded? Or have I endured this kind of behavior for a long time and I'm not judging anything, I'm just having a horrible negative experience, which I know intimately by now. And if it's the certainty that this is no longer acceptable, then accepting a loss and engaging with the conflict is a necessary kind of evil to get to a happier place. So if that's happening in your life and you really don't like that kind of thing, because unfortunately, we all have conflict in our lives. It's part of the way we grow on this planet. Yeah, but if you feel like you're just being kind of like a mean girl or, you know, overly judgmental and unwilling to make an effort with someone new or to give someone of your time, you feel like they should know better, you know, that kind of reluctance and that kind of inflexible type of behavior, that's something you can look at. So either way, your relationships come into focus a lot more and you'll certainly know where you're at by the end of this day. Number-wise, we've got 5 and 5. Oh, okay, so a lot of freedom from a difficult negative circumstance that it would be a good idea to escape from it and to create more freedom in your life. But 5 and 5 is 10. 10 reduces to 1 in numerology. 1 is about taking the initiative. So, you know, if you're rolling your eyes by the sound of someone's voice, you know, you kind of know, you know the pattern. You're aware that this isn't just like a temporary issue. Then it's really up to you to say, okay, is this just going to continue on and on and on forever? So 10 and 3 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 4 in numerology is structure and security. Wait, let me just redo that. 5 and 3 is 8, and 5 is 13. That's 4. Yeah. Structure and security. So, yeah, sometimes you have to kind of uproot yourself to find new structure and security. And then when it's this way around, you can find a new way of operating where you are less judgmental and more willing to listen and to actually learn from other people. So it's acquired kind of learned behavior that's positive. So that's what I get for you on this day. I hope you have a lovely time. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to audio reading with me. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up, please. Hit subscribe and share the video online. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.